Hello, Stratters. Nick here, playing a match of Modern with Swan Fire. We're on the draw, waiting for the opponent. Hoping to draw many sweet cards this match with Swans of Bryn Argoll. Alright. It's probably a fine hand. We have a little bit better against a deck that's not playing early creatures, but if we draw a red source, we have access to a Kolagha's command, and if we draw another land of any kind, we can click ourselves and get rid of some of this if some of this isn't good. Respecting the basic land choice of my opponent. Recently upgraded my basics to these Magic Online version of the unhinged lands. They, I think, cost anywhere from like a quarter to half a ticket, depending on which ones, but they're so pretty. They're worth it. I think I spent probably about 10 tickets on maybe about 30 to 40 of these lands, but I like them. Spend a lot of time looking at your lands on Magic Online, so you might as well like what you look at while you do it, I think. Okay, so maybe a blue-white control deck. Didn't Spreading Seas our Watery Grave, so that's nice of them. Play Island here just to have the untapped mana for a Countersquall. If this is like a blue-white control deck, they could play like Gideon of the Trials or something really scary on turn 3, so I just want to have that counter spell up. Crucible of Worlds, that is the... Well, it's a shame we don't have a red source, because normally this card shouldn't be as scary, but since we don't have a red source, I don't want to mess around with that. And then immediately, of course, we draw the Polluted Delta. So, how your luck goes sometimes. So a very classic Grixis versus blue-white control happened here. What is this? Okay, they do have a Gideon of the Trials. Hopefully they don't have a Spell Snare. Ooh, they might. Maybe they're just fetching for F6 value. Ooh, they do have a Spell Snare. Alright. And do they go up? Do they emblem? Okay, makes sense. Make an emblem. Okay. So I think what I want to do is just make them discard and deal 2 to that Gideon. And they discarded Spreading Seas. Okay, so they're going to hit my red source. That's a little bit annoying. But it might mean they don't have any removal, so this Vendilion Clique might be able to check the Gideon for us. Okay, so I think what I'll do is Vendilion Clique on their end step. So I can potentially pressure the Gideon. And if they counter the Vendilion Clique, I'll be able to shock the Gideon with a Kolaghan's Command. It won't be too big of an issue. So we are taking a little bit of damage here, but I think that's fine. I've been pretty impressed with this Gideon in Modern, I have to say. It's you know, cheap enough and it does enough that I think it earns its spot. What I want to do, I think I would well, I have a Lighthouse, so I'll be able to ditch this Terminate. I think I just want to look at what the opponent's got going on. And what do they have? They have an Elspeth, which would be very difficult to beat. Esper Charm, but no black mana, so it's an Esper control deck. And a Negate. Is there anything here I really want to take? I don't think so. I think as long as I can't interact with my Vendilion Clique, I'm feeling alright. Pick up a Blood Crypt here. They might, if they have a swamp in their deck, fire off this Ghost Quarter to try to get that to happen, but they didn't. Probably just want to try to get 6 lands to get Elspeth, and that's kind of... Ooh, okay, so this is a little bit more of a tap-out control deck. They might not have any sweepers and such. We have one more Countersquall in the deck. Guess this is fine. It's a little annoying against our Vendilion Clique, but the Clique got rid of Gideon. That's about as good as we could hope for from our Clique. And I guess get rid of a Terminate. Ooh, a Swans. I like Swans here. I like it quite a bit. So opponent still has the same hand. Negate, Esper Charm, and Elspeth. So I think we leave Vendilion Clique on defense here. Again, with these Lingering Souls, it would imply to me that the opponent probably doesn't have like a Supreme Verdict in their deck. And I think this is fine. If they're attacking with both, unless they got a black source this turn, they might not have. We'll see. If they drew a black source, or if they're going to end up using this Ghost Quarter to search up a swamp, it's a little bit annoying that we're taking this damage instead of trading off our Clique. Is this a sweeper? I would be surprised to see a sweeper in a deck that has Lingering Souls in it, but sure enough. Okay. Let's Ancestral Recall here. So that was a pretty good exchange, I think. Ooh, an Hour of Devastation against, oh god. We saw Elspeth Sun's Champion, which is one of the most frustrating cards for a mid-range deck to grind through. I mean, I have played so many Jund and Abzan and just lost terribly to Elspeth Sun's Champion, but we have Hour of Devastation, which I don't remember what loyalty it's on, but I mean, this has to just about kill it, I imagine. That's really sweet. Question here, do we want to Kolagha's Command and buy back anything right now? Oh, opponent's scooped. Alright. I hope they're not scooping the match. Ah! Well, that's annoying. Well, I wanted to see how that was going to go. I wanted to see Elspeth Sun's Champion face the wrath of Nicol Bolas with Hour of Devastation. I wanna check that now. Now I'm curious. What loyalty Elspeth goes to? Elspeth Sun. I don't think I own any, so I'll have to do that. Okay, so Elspeth starts on 4 and goes to 5. So if they tap out for an Elspeth and make soldiers, Hour of Devastation is a clean answer to Elspeth Sun's Champion. So that right there has me impressed with this card. Granted, we didn't get to see that, but let's just imagine that that happened and then the opponent conceded. Because that's the kind of thing that I think would make somebody scoop the match. I don't know why they did that, given what just happened, but because even if we recur Kolagha's Command, get our Swans back, play the Swans, that they play Elspeth, they can just -3 and destroy it. But I don't know. I'm gonna, even though that was really a quick, hasty concession, I'm gonna chalk that up as a legitimate win for this deck. So hopefully we get some more matches and some that actually play to their natural conclusion, but hopefully you had a little bit of fun at least seeing that one lightning bolt on the Swans this game. Stay tuned, Stratters.